Hey Paisley, nice job on these. I really like this one. And you know, once you get these in Photoshop, you can really move the stuff around and you can also add more stuff. So let's see what you have. Um, Most of these look like they're the right size. Just a second. Okay, yeah, now I can see them better. Um, let's see here. The main thing is with the image, let me make it smaller, is that when you put them in the file, you know, as the directions say, and the file's 300 dpi, just make sure they're big enough because you don't want to scale them up. Because what happens is then when you go to print them, they'll look terrible, and you want to be able to print this for your portfolio. So just double check that you know that you have they're the right size. This looks way too small just in relation to the other ones, and it's not the physical size, it's the dots per inch, as you probably know. This one looks really small too. For this, I would continue to do searches for this plug. I think if the plug prongs come out this way, it's going to look a little bit better in your caricature. So I just did a Google image search for electrical cord, and you know, the good thing I like about Google is that you can mouse over these and you can see the pixel count, and you can just see some are way too small. Obviously you have to get something bigger than 360. This one's big enough, but again, when you see this Dreams Time, that means you have to pay for it or it's going to have a watermark, so you don't want that. But there's usually plenty. This one's this one's pretty big, 1,000. You might want it a little bit bigger. But again, it also gives you the ability to just look at different angles of view. I do recommend, since you're into your photo major, that you take some of these yourself. It'll just look a lot better on your portfolio that you can say that you also photograph these yourself. This one's too small. That one's big enough, but I think this 123 RF is also something you have to pay for. So if you have a chance, I really would try to photograph some on your own. I know you're crunched for time this week. This one's that's the one we already looked at. But again, it does make a difference. At least you can say you did, because eventually you're going to have your sketches, your roughs, and your final for a portfolio piece. So anyway, just have a look at this stuff. The same with the other, you know, the other objects. You know, you could do keyboard, because I noticed that was another one that was really small. And then, you know, when you roll over, you can just see, you know, and you can also look at the angle that you want. This one's kind of big. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So let me go back to your thing. So, and again, also the, you know, the case. If you know, just do a search for computer case, and then you'll get tons of ones too. So yeah, if you post late, be sure to put a note in the questions for professor. I mentioned this in the announcement for late policy and redos. I don't normally look back into the threads, so just make sure if you do post something late, or a redo, you make a little note. Another thing that you can do in Photoshop too is there's a filter that you can make the screen look kind of pixelated, and it looks kind of cool. Kind of like this filter here. I can show you how to do it later on when the time comes. So again, you could probably make any, you know, you could probably put anything on the screen here. You might not want to do an ad for Apple, but it's up to you totally, of course. But again, just think about it, because you can also put, you know, something else. This other student did, she did oh, some of these are just not very good. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to find. This person did kind of a 3D looking image that looks kind of computer oriented. So again, you know, you don't have to think of that right now, but just something to think about for the future. Okay, so overall, nice job, and it's been fun chatting with you about your cousin, and I hope that your family's getting back to, you know, back to normal after your, you know, after the passing. Okay,